Hello friends, welcome to the new video. We're back again with the Bitcoin and altcoins analysis. Let's get into the video and see which levels and which coin can give us a long or short position. First, we were in an uptrend, and this uptrend had a steep slope. As you can see, this trend of ours had a very steep slope and broke, and the trend changed. After such a steep trend, there's a high possibility of a sharp drop. But, well, even after such a sharp and steep trend, we're ranging now. Well, this shows that even after the trend break, buyers haven't given up on the trend and are still buying, and sellers, even after the trend change, are not really willing to sell. So what does this indicate? It shows that the market is still more inclined toward buyers, and the chance of price moving up again is there. And this section could simply be a range candle correction on higher time frames like the weekly. If I want to show you, I'll draw a rectangle here and go to the weekly time frame. And as you can see, here is a correction and a higher low formed in the weekly trend. So this shows there's a possibility of the price moving up. There's just one point here. Bitcoin in the weekly time frame, in this uptrend that started from here, the volume has decreased. That can be a sign of weakness in the uptrend on higher time frames. But well, until we see a trend change, we're not taking any short position on Bitcoin for now because we're breakout traders. And just like I said in this video and the one that's coming tonight at 8 p.m. and also in today's video, I'll tell you again, we are breakout traders and we only trade against the trend with proper confirmation. We can wait until this high we have here gets broken, just like I said in the previous analysis video. So make sure to take a long position in Bitcoin if this high breaks. We're not opening short positions for now. Why? Because in this uptrend, the downtrend that started from here and changed direction, the volume, as you can see, has decreased. That's a sign of a weak downtrend. And in the higher time frames, like the weekly, we still don't have any trend change or confirmation of a trend change. The high has to be lower than our previous high, and only after breaking that previous low, we can open a short position on higher time frames. But well, in the daily time frame, this downtrend of ours is still weak and just a correction in the weekly time frame. And if we break this high that we have here, which is our previous weekly high, we can open our long position. Now, why this high? Because it was the highest price that was recorded in this range. And after breaking here, we're probably entering a new range to form a higher high in the weekly time frame. And once the price breaks that high, there's a possibility of going higher and breaking out of this range. Because right now the market is stuck in a range, and this is an important zone. If we break this range, we'll enter a new phase of the market and go into an uptrend. If I want to describe it for you in the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin in the 4H time frame is currently ranging. In this zone, it's currently ranging. And until this high doesn't break, we can't really make a decision to open a position on Bitcoin in the 4-hour time frame. Don't open a short position in the 4-hour time frame. Why? Because the market is currently in a hype mode and there's no proper high or low formed. Right now, the market is still hype-based. There's just one high. No low has formed yet. Wherever the low forms, since it's higher than our previous low, which is here, it will count as a higher low. And that aligns with our uptrend movement. So if we want to open a position, it's still a long way off because the price has to come down and break that low. And even if it does, there's still a lot of distance between the current price and that low. About 7% drop is needed in Bitcoin for it to form a lower low. Only then after that, we get a lower high. And then after that lower high, we can open our short position. But for now, opening a short position on Bitcoin doesn't make sense. Why? Because wherever we form a low, it's still higher than the previous one. So it counts as a higher low, and we can open a long position. Here we have a high. Breaking this high and stabilizing above it, we can open our long position on Bitcoin. If you want to open earlier, you can, but my suggestion is trade daily. Why? Because trading on higher time frames causes us to gain less. And since Bitcoin moves less percentage-wise compared to other coins, we don't make much profit. So my suggestion, open long-term positions on Bitcoin overall, not short-term ones. And open short-term positions on other coins like Solana, Render, TA, and similar coins. Now let's check Bitcoin dominance, since we talked about Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is still within that uptrend and the channel we had drawn. It's still forming higher highs and higher lows. This is a positive sign. It shows capital inflow into Bitcoin is increasing day by day. And when capital inflow increases, Bitcoin's price usually goes up too. So at this point, opening short positions on Bitcoin doesn't make sense, maybe on some other coin, but not Bitcoin. If the price comes up and breaks this high, we've got on Bitcoin dominance. That means Bitcoin is going to register a new capital inflow in this zone, and there's a chance its price will pump. That's why I say shorting Bitcoin here makes no sense. Ethereum on the daily time frame. Here we have a range. Price is consolidating inside our range box. Until this high, this resistance is broken, we can't look for long setups on Ethereum. We can go short if it comes and breaks this low, which was a fake breakout for us, then yes, we can go short. But even then, right after that, we hit strong support. So opening a short doesn't make much sense right now, unless this support gets broken. It still has some distance to go, and when the time comes, we'll let you know. So we'll open a long with the break of this zone on what? On Ethereum. On the 4-hour time frame, Ethereum has formed a high here. With the break of this area, we can also open a position on Ethereum. But again, just like Bitcoin, my suggestion is to trade Ethereum on higher time frames and take long-term positions. On both Bitcoin and Ethereum, take long positions. We'll profit more that way. Now let's look at the total market cap. It has higher highs and higher lows. Looks like it's starting to break out of that range we had. As long as this low here isn't broken, we can't say the trend is reversing. Of course, even if it does break, we still need to see a lower high and then another low break. That's when we can look for short positions on other coins. But for now, opening shorts makes no sense. Not on Total, not on other coins. Based on what Total is doing and what Bitcoin and Ethereum are saying, since these three, Bitcoin, Total, directly influence the rest of the market. Opening short positions here doesn't make sense. If Total breaks this high that we've got here, definitely open a position on the coin you've got in mind. What's Total saying? It's thrown a few fake candles here. We've got a high. If that high gets broken, Total can go up and register new price levels. And if that break happens at the same time as Total's break, definitely have a long position open on one of your selected coins in the daily time frame. To break it down, we're in a downtrend. That down shows capital inflow into CoinMarketCap ranks 100 to 200 is decreasing. Traders are getting less risk tolerant and they're moving toward well-known coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, AR-Link, and so on. The market's risk appetite has dropped. So when can we go toward lesser known coins to profit off their pumps or dumps? When we break this high right here, if it breaks, we'll enter a new zone. That means capital is starting to flow into less popular coins. That's when we can look at coins ranked like 100, 200 on CoinMarketCap and above, and open long-term positions with much bigger potential profits. So for now, we stick with the popular coins and be satisfied with these profits until that high breaks and we can chase bigger gains. In ascending triangles, equal highs form. It shows that buyers are preventing price from dropping below a certain zone, and sellers, no matter how hard they push, can't bring it down. Meanwhile, buyers are forming higher lows and registering new levels. That shows that most of the capital is moving toward Tether, and there's a possibility that Bitcoin might experience a drop for a while, but still we don't open a short position on it. Instead, we move toward a long position on Bitcoin. And with the break of that resistance that exists there, which can give a bottom signal for a Bitcoin position, that bottom is here. This can, if it comes down and breaks our bottom, meaning the bottom of the 4.50% level, that's when we get a confirmation for a long position on Bitcoin. This would probably happen at the same time as the break of that important high I told you about in Bitcoin. And that's a good sign for our long position on Bitcoin. So for now, we open neither a short position nor a long position on Bitcoin and Ethereum until they leave that range and break through the high that exists. Solana, in the 4-hour time frame, we're in an uptrend. And for now, a lower low has formed because it broke our previous low. If we want to open a short position, we can't yet because it hasn't formed a lower high. So right now we wait for a lower high, and then with the break of the low, wherever price pulls back up from and forms a low, we can open a short position. What does that mean? It means if it comes down, let's say it comes down here and forms a lower high and then breaks that low, we can open our short position on Solana. And whenever we want to open a position, we must place a stop loss. Place your stop loss above the high that exists. For example, if it forms a high here, we place the stop loss above that high. A target, if I want to give you one, the target would be here. If it really moves from here, it would be around 5%, but of course it might even go sharply down. And if it goes sharply down, right now we can't open a position on Solana until it breaks. So that's it for Solana. Be careful. If you want to open a long position, wait for a higher high, a higher low, and then again, with the break of that high, open your position, because right now we've created a lower low. We can't open a position just with the first break of a high. We're in a range trend here and making almost equal highs and equal lows. And until we break out of this range, opening a position on Link doesn't make sense. When can we open a position on it? We have a high here, and with the break of this high, you can open your position. If I switch to the daily time frame, so the trend line becomes meaningful for you, we're in a downtrend here. And up to now, we have an important high here. If the price comes and breaks this trend line and then breaks this high that we have here, we can open your long position on Link. So definitely keep that in mind on Link. ARB 4-hour time frame, we have an important high here, and the break of this high can give you a long position. So with the break here, definitely have a long position on ARB. In the 4-hour time frame, we can open a short position. To open a short position, we need to wait for the break of this low that has formed here. Only after it breaks, then open the position. But of course, first it needs to form a lower high, because your target, if you set it here, should exist. Render, with the break of this high, we can open a long position. With the break of this high, open your short position, but definitely wait here for a lower high to form so you can place your stop loss here. We're in a downtrend. If I want to draw its trend line, we can draw a trend line like this here. When can we open a position with it? Because we had a break, we wait for a trend line break, and then with the break of this high that we have here, we can open our position. Of course, let me say this is a risky position. Why? Because we've had 2 fake out candles here, and there's a chance it could make another fake out after this again. So, in my opinion, don't open a position on TIA for now. You can open a position if it comes up and breaks this important high we have here. If it breaks this, the price goes for some crazy new price levels, and there's a chance it could go as high as 2.221, and if you open your position there, you'll make a lot of profit. If I want to tell you, that could be 31%. So wait for this break. Don't worry if you don't open a position here and miss out on this 8%, because instead you'll get that 31% over there. INJ 4-hour. Right now the market here is emotional. We can't open a position. With a break here, you can open your long position, but for now it's far from this level and there's still a lot of time left until it reaches that area. So once it gets there, we can tell you what to do. So don't worry about it. But breaking this high that we have here can give you a good long position. Bank. With a break of this high that we have here, but well, it's not a great position because it'll probably go straight up and won't give you a proper SL. So breaking this area can currently give you a long position. Definitely keep this point in mind. For now, we're not opening any short positions on altcoins until Bitcoin starts a proper move. In the 4-hour time frame, you can trust this level, and with a break of this level, you can open your long position. This point, which if I want to tell you would be around 26%. So it's a good position and open your trade with it. I only told you the ones that matter, the ones we can open trades on. Don't open positions on every coin out there because we don't need to. The ones I didn't analyze today were already analyzed in the previous video, and they haven't shown any movement yet. Until something shows movement, there's nothing we need to say. That's it. There's nothing else left to say. Be careful of dream sellers. Don't fall into their trap just because they want to sell a book or a course. Don't fall for their fake promises and think you'll become a billionaire overnight with trading. Trading is a bit of a hard path, but in the end, it's sweet. If you like this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you'll be notified as soon as we upload the next video. On our channel, we share technical analysis lessons, daily trading education, 4 daily signals, and 4 coins that can potentially move the most that day on platforms like Telegram, Discord, CoinMarketCap, and TradingView. You can definitely check those out and follow us there too. And as always, I really love you all. Stay safe and healthy until the next video and next analysis. Goodbye.